Lightning sets fire to the Twin Steeples Creative Arts Center in Ponchatoula. It happened about 6 this evening. Fire crews were still on the scene about a half an hour ago checking hotspots. Twin Steeples says that thankfully no one was hurt. Firefighters saved an exhibit that was in the building by carrying paintings out one at a time. The mayor of Ponchatoula says that fighting the fire strained the water system, so people in the area may see discolored water.